Boom, baby, we're back with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. Everybody's favorite topic, ships. Now, ships has obviously not really been a favorite, as by, you can see on the views on YouTube, you can see in the community, not a lot of people really like it. When it came out, it was a struggle, and now with the 2.0, everything revamped, it's even more of a struggle, guys. So with that, we're going to break down the top 5 ships, in my opinion, and this includes reinforcement abilities and just general basis, if you should start them or not, if you should sit them on the bench. I'm also going to talk about the capital ships, because the capital ships are very debatable. I want you guys to argue with me in the comments. I want you guys to tell me that I'm wrong, so we kind of get a good thesis. But basically, my argument here is very logical, and it applies to a variety of teams and combinations. As you guys have seen probably with that event with like the Geonosians, there's weird combinations of ships, and there's not as much synergy as there once was when you had 5 ships. Now with the 3, it's kind of more RNG dependent. If you guys haven't seen my other video talking about if ships to 2.0 is better or worse than the previous update, I highly recommend checking that out, because it's kind of controversial, and it's important to give the devs a good feedback of, do we like this game mode or not, or what's lacking. I can tell you one thing for sure: dark side and light side territory battles ships is now 30 times harder. Not cool. It's so hard, but it's still fun. So with that, let's talk about the best capital ships. Coming in at number 4, bottom of the barrel, who's not bad anymore. Like he's kind of balanced. He's a little bit better, but he's still not Samuel L. Jackson type level of awesome. Mace Windu rework. He's not good. The Republic ships are actually not bad now, but they just don't pack a punch. You need Republic ships that can really hit hard. The only one that can is the Jedi starfighter. Coming to third. Now third through first are all kind of up for grabs. I'm really hesitant, because some teams work really well, some teams don't. Grand Moff Tarkin comes in at number 3. He's fine. His cooldown for his special is a little too long, but when you pair him up with TIE Fighter Pilot, your team will get that special off fast. And we're going to talk about TIE Fighter Pilot a little bit, because he's kind of important. He's kind of the up and down with ships and the meta. The only thing that hurts him really is the Gear 11 Tarkin to really pack a punch. And these final abilities on ships really make a difference for the game. Like, they really do. You'll see that the defining characteristics of each capital ship comes in only at the last part of their ability upgrades. So that's going to be really important in deciding which character ships you want to use first. Grand Moff Tarkin is good. I bet if they release more Empire ships, I would probably put him at first, because once you really Gear 11 him or max out his abilities as a ship, you're going to crush it. I promise you. His abilities are really good, as you guys can see them on the screen. Coming in at number 2, I love Thrawn, so I was a little hesitant to put him at number 2. The only thing that really hurts him is that reinforcement ability. Grand Moff Tarkin gets retribution. Admiral Akbar gives advantage. Mace Windu gives valor. Thrawn only gives critical chance up, which is pretty weak compared to the others. He's a good ship. He's a great character by far. He just needs an Empire team. He needs Darth Vader, and he needs TIE Fighter Pilot, at least, in order to be successful. Thrawn's abilities in general are much better than Grand Moff Tarkin's, and I love the offense down at the same time offense up on your own team. That's very useful. Thrawn's just a good character, but not as useful as the number 1 guy. Number 1, if you couldn't do the math, is Akbar. Akbar is great for rebel ships. He gives advantage. He helps with bigs, keeping that target lock and that protection keep going up. The bonus attacks out the wazoo. He's just a great character. He works for all sorts of ships. There's not really a certain team you need to run under Akbar. You can just run a good team or a rebel team, get some bonuses, and just destroy everybody. Alright, now for the main ships. I don't really know what to call them other than the infantry units, I guess would be the appropriate term. The top 5. Now, these are kind of, again, controversial, so feel free to criticize me. Tell me what you guys think about my lists and why if my reasoning is valid or not. With that, let's get through the honorable mentions first. Childish Gambino's Millennium Falcon. The Dispel rocks. He's a great ship. He hits for huge damage. You guys are going to see some gameplay of me just sending in garbage ships and him. It might be in his event, so it might be a little more biased towards what he can do. But my point is that he is really, really, really strong. And then Kylo Unmasked's Silencer, TIE Silencer, really good. The stun is really good in a 3v3 environment, and he has a good special. So his reinforcement isn't that good, so I would start him if you don't agree with the top 5, or if you think he's the top 5 on this list. Feel free. Poe Poe's another great ship. Poe has a good daze with the target lock. He's got unavoidable damage that can crit for enemies without protection. That's key for TIE Fighter pilot countering him. His problem is he just doesn't have any synergy with anybody. He just kind of is there. He hits decent damage. He's not bad. He just, I don't know. There's something about him. He's just not that great. Not compared to the top 5. And he doesn't really make a big difference in the game to me. So, then again, if you use Poe, that's fine. He's still a great ship. These are, like, honestly the top tier ships. So, feel free to use them as you wish. But the AI just does not counter very well. The computer just does not know how to play. So with that, let's get into our top 5 list. Now, coming in at number 5 is TIE Fighter Pilot. He's got huge DPS since the rework. I don't even know. I've seen him hit for 80k on his special. Just awesome damage. He's got a decent chance for target lock. He gives 25% turn meter whenever he evades, which is doubled for Empire. So basically, if you're running Grand Moff Tarkin and TIE Fighter Pilot evades, that's 50% turn meter to your capital ship. Got a good, he's just a solid ship. So I would use him in your starting lineup because he has some bad reinforcement. Just try to avoid using him as a reinforcement, but if you can't, he's still a good ship to use to turn the tide of the battle. Number 4, the Scimitar. Now I know Darth Maul isn't very useful in the game, but this is for ships. So his ship is the best for turning the tide of the battle. The one thing you have to be very considerate of is when a team has a dispel, because the dispel can really put away his use. By hiding all other allies and giving retribution to a target ally, he really does help a lot. In addition to that, whenever he comes into the battle, he gives up to 25% critical chance to all allies when he enters the battle, and 50% to Sith allies because it doubles, which is really good for Darth Vader, which he can just hit like crits like crazy, like it's his job. So again, very useful character in my opinion. He just really helps change the tide of the battle. That's why I would use him as a reinforcement. Don't use him as a starter. He doesn't have that good of a basic. Just not enough to carry the team. So coming in at number 3, Slave 1. Now Slave 1 has great DPS. It's got great abilities. It's got an amazing reinforcement ability with taunt and potentially crit immunity and retribution. Seismic charge. That sound. So good. I love that sound. It's awesome. He's a better ship than Scimitar, but I'd recommend using the Scimitar first to turn the tide of the battle, and then you can kind of control it better with Slave 1. But still, you can't go wrong with having Slave 1 in your lineup. I would say if you don't have Slave 1 in your lineup, you're missing out on a good opportunity. And Boba Fett's awesome, so why not? Coming in at number 2, and number 2 and number 1 are kind of flip-flop for me because ships depends on these two ships a lot. Like the game mode of ships depends on these guys a lot. Coming in at number 2 is Biggs Darklighter. He's one of the few taunting tank ships. He gains protection per every single target lock. He's been a big part of the game since day 1. He's awesome under Akbar. He works well in the 3v3 now because it takes a longer time for ships to plow through him because there aren't as many ships hitting at him at one time. He just helps control the battle, and he's the best ship, one of the best ships, second best to none other. Drumroll please, the TIE Advance. The TIE Advance is so good. It's got great damage now. It's got Dispel, unavoidable target lock, which is awesome, and 100% target lock. So he's the best ship in the game. Everything revolves around, I mean, he's the most reliable. You know what you're going to get out of him. He's just a good ship. So I can't really see a ship being higher than him, but those are just my thoughts. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys agree with this list, let me know. I'm trying to help you guys out with ships because a lot of people have been asking me what I've been running. I'm not super passionate about the game mode, but I do enjoy it a decent amount because ships is kind of cool. That's why I like Battlefront 2 still. And yeah, guys, so thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I don't really care if it gets a lot of views. I'm just letting you guys know I'm here and I'm here for you. If you guys need any help with anything, just comment below. I'll help you out. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.